fame isn't always a reward. On screen, Kim Hye-yoon always appears radiant, youthful, and full of energy. But in a rare moment on the recent episode of TVN's variety show Fresh Off the Sea, the 27-year-old actress shared a truth that silenced the room. "I started feeling pressure since Sky Castle. When too much attention came, I didn't feel like myself anymore." It wasn't just a confession. It was the unmasking of a star who rose to fame through an iconic role, and has since been haunted by the very spotlight that made her body behind Sky Castle's brilliant smile. Premiering in 2018, Sky Castle was not only a television phenomenon but also the rocket that launched Kim Hye-yoon's career. As Kang Ye-seo, the talented, ambitious daughter consumed by academic competition, Hye-yoon delivered a remarkably layered performance at just 22 years old. Her breakout role instantly turned her from an unknown actress into one of the most sought-after names in Korean drama. But early success often comes at a cost: typecasting. As Kim herself shared, "In the past, people used to ask me, 'Who are you?' But now they say, 'Oh, you're the girl from Sky Castle.'" What seems like a compliment actually reveals the overwhelming shadow of a role that defines a person. Audiences stopped seeing Kim Hye-yoon, they only saw Kang Ye-seo. And from that moment on, her journey to reclaim her identity became more difficult and isolating. From spotlight to silent pressure. The pressure Kim Hye-yoon experienced is not an isolated case, but a common phenomenon in South Korea's entertainment industry. A 2022 study by Yonsei University found that 63% of young celebrities who gained early fame reported struggles with identity crises and public pressure. What's more troubling is the lack of guidance to help them navigate fame, especially in Korean culture, where perfection and image are heavily policed. Kim Hye-yoon chose a quiet form of resistance. She didn't rush to capitalize on fame. Instead, she selected smaller, more distinctive projects like Extraordinary You, 2019, Secret Royal Inspector and Joy, 2021, and most recently, Lovely Runner, a role that marked a complete transformation. In rare interviews, she speaks less about ambition and more about preparing roles, attending acting classes, and refining her craft. A different lens, Kim Hye-yoon and the rise of a new kind of celebrity. What makes Kim Hye-yoon special isn't that she had one great role, it's how she's chosen to live with it. She neither ran from her Sky Castle fame nor let it consume her. In the latest Fresh Off the Sea episode, fellow actor Lee Jae-wook praised her as the most selfless actor I've ever met, and veteran Jung-ah added, "She works hard, and her energy is special." Their words unveil what fans often overlook: behind the cheerful persona is an artist who steadily earns respect through sincerity, not spectacle. Unlike many of her contemporaries who chase goddess-like images or idol-level fame, Kim Hye-yoon charts her own path. She buys gifts for castmates, makes light-hearted jokes with seniors, and openly discusses vulnerability on national TV, actions rarely seen in a tightly managed Korean celebrity culture. Conclusion: growing up means growing real. French filmmaker Agnès Varda once said, "Fame is not glory. It is only light that blinds you." At 27, Kim Hye-yoon seems to understand this better than most. From Sky Castle to Lovely Runner, from high school prodigy to mature actress, Kim Hye-yoon isn't just reshaping her career, she's becoming a symbol of a new generation of stars who dare to be honest. Embracing both the light and the shadows within themselves. And in doing so, she's no longer just that girl from Sky Castle. She's Kim Hye-yoon, a distinct, grounded, and quietly powerful force in her own right. On the surface, Kim Hye-yoon's career looks like a textbook success story, rising from obscurity to national stardom thanks to her breakout role in Sky Castle, one of South Korea's most iconic dramas. But behind the radiant smile and glowing reviews lies a quieter narrative, one of emotional burden, identity crisis, and the isolating nature of early fame. In the latest episode of Fresh Off the Sea, a healing reality show on TVN, Kim Hye-yoon offered a rare, deeply honest glimpse into that less glamorous side of her journey. As she sat with fellow actors Lee Jae-wook, Jung-ah, and Park Joon Myun during a relaxed evening in Busan, the conversation unexpectedly turned reflective. And what she revealed wasn't just a personal anecdote, it was a universal truth about what it means to live in the shadow of success. Things started feeling different after Sky Castle, Hye-yoon confessed. People stopped asking who I was, they started assuming they already knew me, like I had become that character permanently. That character, Kang Ye-seo, was a cold, calculating high school student obsessed with academic perfection. Kim's gripping performance earned her critical acclaim, fan adoration, and a slew of high-profile offers. But in her own words, the attention didn't come without cost. As the public gaze intensified, I found myself becoming more cautious, more filtered, she admitted. I began struggling with how to present myself, not as Ye-seo, but as Kim Hye-yoon. What's striking here isn't just the vulnerability of her statement, but how rare such admissions are in Korean entertainment. While it's common for idols and actors to speak about exhaustion or burnout in vague terms, few candidly explore the psychological aftershocks of sudden fame, especially when it arrives early and powerfully. Lee Jae-wook, a close friend and co-star, praised her during the conversation. "I've worked with many talented actors, but I've never seen anyone as selfless as Hye-yoon on set." Jung-ah, her former Sky Castle co-star, added, "She works incredibly hard. Her energy is rare." These compliments, while sincere, highlight an unspoken irony. Kim Hye-yoon's work ethic and professionalism are widely acknowledged, yet the emotional labor behind that dedication often remains invisible. In fact, her struggle is emblematic of a broader issue in the Korean entertainment industry, where breakout roles can become both blessings and prisons. The characters actors play are so vividly etched into public consciousness that the person behind them begins to disappear. For someone like Hye-yoon, who broke through with such an intense and specific role, reclaiming her own voice has become a delicate balancing act. But what makes this moment on Fresh Off the Sea so compelling isn't just the revelation, it's the timing. Kim Hye-yoon is no longer the 22-year-old newcomer from 2018. With the success of Lovely Runner in 2024, she has proven her range, maturity, and ability to carry complex narratives. Yet even now, she's still navigating the long tail of her Sky Castle fame. Perhaps that's what draws viewers so powerfully to her story. In a culture that idolizes perfection and meteoric success, Kim Hye-yoon's quiet honesty cuts through the noise. She's not performing. She's reflecting on identity, on public perception, and on the emotional toll that often comes with the spotlight. Her moment of openness on Fresh Off the Sea wasn't dramatic. There were no tears, no sweeping declarations. Just a young woman, sitting with friends, gently acknowledging that sometimes, the greatest challenge after success is remembering who you were before it. And that might just be the most powerful scene of all.